This conference will now be recorded.
There we go, on cue. All right, so let me do a little preamble here. Commissioners, staff, and citizens, since this is a remote meeting, some initial comments are appropriate as required by the governor's March 24th proclamation. Lake Stevens Sewer District is holding its commission meetings remotely using the GoToMeeting platform. While this is not our norm, we are glad to be able to ensure continuity of business operations. Members of the public who are participating, we are very grateful for your support and patience while we work through this interim way of doing business. Members of the public have been invited to join via virtual meeting format of the GoToMeeting. The public comment section of our agenda will be handled in the following way. First, comments or questions that were emailed to the Sewer District customer service or otherwise received sufficiently in advance of the meeting will be read during the public forum. Second, during the meeting, anyone wishing to comment during the public forum may use the chat box feature and you'll be provided with an opportunity to comment. Board members who are going to take attendance by calling your name, please indicate whether or not you can clearly hear me and others on the line. We need to do our very best to speak one person at a time so our note taker can take minutes. So Commissioner Stevenson, can you hear my voice?
Loud and clear.
And so are you. Commissioner Lawrenson was out on the day job, so we won't be hearing his lovely voice this morning. I think that does the preamble. Why don't we call the meeting to order and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, justice for all. Okay, how do we like the agenda?
Looks good.
Commissioner, there is one item that you could choose to add should you decide to, which is reconsidering resolution 996, which was the city council on Tuesday night passed their ordinance for the Southeast interlocal annexation. And so that would be the resolution that was in support of that if you choose to consider it today or add it to the regular agenda.
Okay, why don't we, this probably warrants some discussion anyway. I believe we received a letter from Mayor Gailey on that as well. Why don't we put that, I would consider that old business. Shall we call that C under number 6, old business? Would that be a okay place to slot that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, with the addition under number 6, item C, consideration and discussion around resolution 996, the annexation. Any other changes?
No, that's all for me.
Okay, I'll take a motion on accepting the amended agenda for today's meeting. I
Bummer
don't know.
time to
Commissioner Stevenson?
looks like she froze in place.
She looked frozen. While I have broad shoulders, I don't think I can carry the meeting by myself, so let's give her a chance to come back online.
Can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
now, you bet.
Okay, sorry guys. Oh my goodness. I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda with old business item C.
Fantastic. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we got an agenda. Okay, let's take a look at consent items, A through I. I had a pleasure of reading those earlier. Any comments, concerns, discussion on consent items?
No.
All right, hearing none, I'll take a motion on consent items A through I.
I make a motion to approve consent items A through I.
Fantastic. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, consent items passed. Number 5, public forum. Did we receive any comments from the public? An email or
We have
carrier pigeon?
We have not.
Okay. All right. Anybody that is online want to take this opportunity to say anything?
Yeah, I would. I don't know the procedure. I'm used to Zoom. There was a chat box, but I don't know how to find that.
I think you're just fine. No problem at all. Just if you just state your name for the record and address, and take 3 minutes to share whatever you'd like.
Sure. I'm at, my name is Scott Benison, and I'm at 12121 7th Place Southeast. I live in the proposed annexation area for the city of Lake Stevens, which I guess the resolution was passed last night for the mayor to sign. So I'm here today just to encourage the commissioners to also follow suit and have, I guess, Dan Lorenzen also sign. I understand he's not here today, but I really feel that it would be good for our community in a lot of ways, and as landowners really help us to move forward. I'm not a customer right now of you guys or the sewer district, but I'd like to be. I did pull down off of the website, kind of the UGA area there, and this is actually the proposed document, I guess, from the sewer district. I'm kind of this little box right here. That's my address. Anyway, I was kind of in dismay when the March 9th meeting happened. I've been in support of that annexation the entire time, but you know, a little bit sitting back or reserved, thinking that the annexation was going to go through like so many people did without a hitch, because it is good for the entire community, and I know that everybody's working towards the idea of one community around the lake. So I do have a failing septic system, and I would like to be able to develop my property and hopefully be part of your, I guess, a separate annexation into the sewer district. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benison. Appreciate that. Anybody else?
I'd like to make a comment.
Sure.
My name,
Recognize Mr. Marks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, Gordy Marks, and my address is 516 123rd Avenue Southeast. One of my main concerns about expanding the sewer district, I'm in favor of it, but one of my main concerns is just keeping the environment, you know, healthy and the lake clean. I know that a lot of these septic systems are, you know, 40, 50, some are even older, years old. And I know that it's a primary goal of the sewer district to keep the environment, you know, healthy. And so I'm very much in favor of joining the sewer district and having our property a customer also, as Mr. Benison stated.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Marks. Anybody else?
This is Bart Pierce. I don't have my camera on this computer right now, but I live at 608 123rd Avenue Southeast in Lake Stevens. I don't have anything new to add what Mr. Marks and Mr. Benison have said, but I just wanted to put my my support behind this ILA. It's important to us.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. Anybody else?
Can you hear me?
I can. Recognizing Mr. McAllister?
Correct. Yes. 12031 7th Place Southeast. I'd just like to echo what the last three gentlemen said. I and my family also are in full support of becoming customers of the Lake Stevens Sewer District. So strongly support this.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. McAllister. Anybody else? give just a little more time. I know sometimes getting off mute is a challenge for me. Okay. I appreciate the public comments. I think that might be a record in the past 12 months or so. So thank you, thank you very much. Take those under advisement and appreciate folks' time to have their voice heard. Indeed. Moving to old business number 6, contract amendment number 30, professional engineering services, Gray & Osborne lift station 11 retrofit feasibility study. I assume staff has something to share here.
Yeah. I'll take
Okay, we got a little echo going. So I'm going to mute myself to see if that helps and turn it back.
All right, so contract amendment number 30 is to cover the cost for Gray & Osborne to study and prepare a feasibility report, answering a question on whether or not we can use the equipment for the unused lift station at the Shirewood location, which is up by the high school, to retrofit lift station 11. Lift station 11 is an older lift station that has fairly unreliable equipment that requires a lot of after hours maintenance. So the district was interested in finding out whether or not there are cost savings to retrofit the lift station with Shirewood's equipment, or if the cost is similar to or more expensive than doing essentially a new build. The cost of GNO's work is $34,070, and staff recommends contract amendment number 30 for approval.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions or comments on that from fellow commissioners staff? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the contract amendment 30.
I make a motion to approve contract amendment number 30.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, passes. Moving to B, bid award for lift station number 22, odor control.
On the 17th, district staff opened 4 bids for the lift station 22 odor control project. The engineer's estimate for this project was $70,850, including tax, and the bids received ranged in price from $120,000 to $178,000. With Gary Harper Construction Inc. being the low bidder. Pace Engineering has contacted the references listed in the bidder's submittal and received positive feedback. Therefore, district staff and Pace Engineers recommends award of the lift station 22 odor control project to Gary Harper Construction Inc. for $120,227.
As a note, we do have Lincoln Chapman here from Pace Engineering to answer any additional commissioner questions.
Yep, here to answer any questions you might have. I'd just like to say Gary Harper Construction, Pace, as myself and other Pace engineers, we've worked with Gary Harper Construction on numerous other projects, and any work regarding pump stations, lift stations is sort of their niche. They usually handle a lot of small scale retrofits, upgrades to pump stations for both water and wastewater. So this seems right in their wheelhouse, and I think their pricing is fair given the current circumstances of limited workforce and scarcity of materials because of the ongoing pandemic. But I believe they'll do a good job, so it seems like a fair bid to me.
Appreciate the comments. I guess the one question is, so the engineering estimate was 71,000 roughly. Did
Yes.
I hear that right?
Correct.
That's correct.
Okay. And what date was or approximate date was the engineering estimate of 71,000 made?
Oh, let me think. I think this was dated about 2 months ago.
Okay.
That sounds
Okay.
about right. 2 months ago.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. So I guess an observation here. I mean, just my observation is that we've had a bit of a challenge with estimates not being the engineering estimates being quite a ways off from our engineering partners' pace. I believe the original one was almost 100% off. And here we got a 71,000 2 months ago. So we knew we were in the pandemic 2 months ago. We had, idea around, the dynamics that has caused. And we're about to consider awarding it, I don't know what is that, 60% higher. Any idea and comments in terms of kind of looking back through the estimates where we went awry on having such a big difference?
Sure, and you're completely right that our estimating efforts have been a little off as of late. I think there's a number of factors that we're sort of neglecting in our estimate that aren't exactly predictable. So it's hard to look back and really think about what we could have done differently in our estimate. But directly, basically, one of the probably main culprits for our estimate being off here was our original estimate from ECS, who's the supplier of the order control equipment. Their quote was neglecting a number of features that was ultimately included in our design, including a sound enclosure for the fan, an additional attachment to catch grease that could possibly be in the ventilated air from the wet well. And I believe there was another component, not coming to mind at the moment, but that original quote they gave us was probably about half of what they ultimately quoted the contractor. We were originally quoted about 20,000, and I was contacted by the vendor that they quoted the bidding contractors about $40,000. The thing is, though, is when I discussed it with the vendor, he quoted 40,000 for not only the equipment itself, but the piping and electrical that goes along with it, which was an additional cost in our estimate as well. So based on that, it seemed our estimates were still a bit close. The thing that I can't really describe or really pinpoint is the cost of labor and those miscellaneous materials that may be scarce. I know for a fact that the workforce for construction has become dwindling as competition for projects has become very competitive, considering the number of projects are still there and consistent, but the workforce is become a little bit dwindled due to the pandemic and multiple other factors revolving around that. So those are kind of the unpredictable factors that we couldn't attribute in our original estimate, but these are things we're taking into account now, and we'll proceed to add probably a larger contingency with our future estimates.
I appreciate the different comments, and hey, we're 100% off on the big build. We're only 70% off now on the ad, so we are making improvement.
Yeah, that's right.
So okay, I appreciate the comments. I just had to scratch that a little deeper. Guess any other questions, staff or commissioner? All right. Well, with that being the case, I would entertain a motion for the bid award of Lift Station 22 Odor Control.
I make a motion to approve bid award for lift station 22 odor control.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we have our additional item that we added at the top of the agenda. This is item 6C, resolution 996. 996, I think we've read it into the record before, certainly had it in the record before. Don't think we need to reread it here. It's the district's official support in regards to the annexation and then the additional actions the district would need to take to be able to also expand boundaries. I guess my comment on the front end would be, I think we need to, I'd like to have all three commissioners present before moving forward with it. Be one, I guess, comment for consideration. And the other comment I'd have is, in Mayor Daley's letter, appreciated the letter, and in the letter he quoted chapter and verse from the unification agreement. I do find it a bit ironic and inconsistent that we quote from the unification agreement when it comes to things that are very beneficial to the city, in this case annexation, but other sections of the agreement, specifically the language around mutual agreement to accelerate the merger, is interpreted differently. So at best it's inconsistent. But with that said, the district has always done our level best to adhere to our unification agreement, and certainly supporting annexations was a huge consideration and benefit to the city in entering that agreement back in 2005. And as far as this commissioner is concerned, I'm not going to deviate from the agreement. I'm going to live up to that agreement as I expect the city to live up to their obligations under that agreement. But I would feel a bit better having all three commissioners, and especially since Commissioner Lawrenson, shared his comments with the county council back earlier this month, for him to be able to officially weigh in on it. But that's my comments. I don't see us. I'm in support of it because I'm in support of the unification agreement. That's what it says we do, and if that's what it says we do, then that is what we do. So that's my take on it. But I would be in favor of postponing the official action until the next meeting when Mr. Lawrenson's here. Commissioner Stevenson, any comments on this one?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I feel that honoring the 2005 agreement is important, and we would really just be delaying the inevitable because we're going to honor that agreement. So we are in support of it. I think for me personally, I think we should move forward with supporting it.
Okay. Fair enough. Do I hear a motion then?
Yeah, I make a motion to approve resolution 996.
All right, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We'll catch Commissioner Lawrenson up when he's available. So fair enough. Okay. Moving on to new business, number 7, it looks like we have an administrative item of voiding check number 8395 and reissuing check number 8480.
Yes, so this is just a housekeeping item. Check number 8395 was issued to the wrong vendor. It was issued to ADT Security, which was incorrect, and then was reissued to ADT Commercial. For the same amount, $454.64.
I think the district gets a better rate than I get on my security systems, but okay, I'll take that up later. I'll entertain a motion on this administrative item.
I make a motion to approve voiding check number 8395 and reissuing with check number 8480.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, passes. And then we have 7B, which is the emergency resolution, looks like 999, declaring an emergency related to the discovery of a sanitary sewer service connection made to stormwater structure. This sounds like a fun one.
Yeah, it's been a fun one to move through. So on the 16th of March, district staff were made aware of a suspected sanitary sewer connection to what appears to be a stormwater structure. The staff was made aware while conducting a utility locate for unrelated work. A homeowner pulled our district staff over to a structure that he said smells like sewer in the wet weather. So we started on the 16th, we started investigating whether or not it was in fact, a sanitary sewer connection to that vault. It wasn't immediately, we weren't able to immediately confirm that, and it required district staff using a push camera to verify that it was in fact sewer. And then we used dye testing at a couple of residents to confirm which resident was connected to that stormwater structure. As I'm sure the commissioners can deduce that the connection of a sanitary sewer connection to a stormwater structure is immediately dangerous to the health and welfare of the residents as well as the environment. So the district manager deemed that immediate action was necessary to correct the issue. So the district staff contracted with B&L Utilities Inc. to disconnect the sanitary sewer connection from the stormwater structure and reconnect it to a sanitary sewer. The resolution 977, which is our purchase and procurement policy, would generally require that this be competitively bid, and had we done so, would have disadvantaged the public by allowing the unhealthy condition to continue. So the resolution before you, the emergency declaration, would excuse district staff from the public bidding requirements of our purchase and procurement policy. And of course, district staff recommends resolution 999 for approval.
So what was the cost associated with getting them hooked up?
We don't know yet what that cost was. I'm guessing probably around the $10,000 mark. We had the connection was originally made in 1971. It was permitted, so we don't know, or there was no indication from different pipe material or anything that they had modified the sewer in any way after it was connected originally. So yeah, we don't know.
It's one of these things where, so it's permitted structure, and probably not the same residence that's been there since 71. It's changed hands. It was permitted, it was inspected. Someone missed something somewhere in a big way. And it's been bad a long time. We're getting it fixed. And was this in original district boundaries, or is this?
No, it was within the city's original boundary.
Where's this property generally located?
It is on East Lakeshore.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna, and then they were also, did our research indicate that they paid a connection fee and have been paying sewer monthly fees since they hooked up?
Yep.
All right. So this one's definitely on us to fix in terms of bearing the cost and getting them connected. Okay. I appreciate the background. Any questions? Additional questions, Commissioner Stevenson? No. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve emergency resolution 999.
I make a motion to approve emergency resolution number 999.
Okay, I'll second that. Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, passes. All right, now down to one of our favorite sections of the meeting, the manager reports. So send it to our general manager.
Thank you. Right now, our Caring by Sharing program has a little over $1,000 in it, which is enough to help 11 families. And again, that program is funded from staff and customers who add additional amount on their utility bills for that program. And then in addition to that, we did have our field position, which was posted for our entry-level new hire. We have reviewed 60 applications for that, a little over 60 applications for that one field position. Interviews are starting tomorrow in order to get that going. And then on Tuesday, the entry-level plant position was posted, and we already have 30 applications just since Tuesday night for that one position. The first review for applications for the plant position is going to be on April 7th. So things are looking good. It really looks like people want to work and are attracted to what we have offered.
It's fantastic. Anything else you want to share?
No, that's it for today. Thank you.
All right, Assistant General Manager.
All right. So to date, the district has collected 207.59 connection fees and has issued 193 permits. Let's see, on the 12th, the 12th of this month, district staff was made aware that a dispute between two property owners had led to one property owner disconnecting the side sewer illegally of the adjoining property. The side sewer passed through the person that disconnected its property. Again, both of the side sewer connections were permitted in 1970s, and there wasn't an easement, but the properties were both owned originally by the same property owner. So the district issued a notice of violation on Monday and we sent it by certified mail and have not received the certified receipt yet that they have gotten it. The district gave the property owner that disconnected the side sewer 7 days to reconnect the side sewer before receiving any administrative penalties. And again, haven't heard anything yet. So another option is that the district make a connection at an alternative location and then go after the property owner that disconnected to recoup those costs. So it is still in progress.
So what happens? So so what happens with the residents that is now disconnected? They have to uninhabit their dwelling until this is resolved, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a rental property that was affected, and the property owner has had to put the tenant up in the hotel while all of this is figured out.
And that concludes our Love Thy Neighbor section of our program. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Some unique ones today.
Yeah.
Treatment plant. I see Jim.
Good morning.
Take it away.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Down here at the treatment plant, we're doing well still as we come toward the end of the wet season. One thing that's obvious, the good work done by Jonathan and Brian Steen and the whole collections department is paying off as our high peaks are lower than they've been in the past, which really, really helps the treatment plant. And you can see that in our MBR performance. There's a number of facilities, again, as I spoke about last week or last meeting and the meeting before. they're having real issues, and we're just flying right along. And a lot of credit goes to those people in the collection side in order to limit the inflow and infiltration, which is commonly called I&I in our business. And that's just about all the news we got. Oh, one other thing, we got a lot of applicants, and I know Mariah talked about that, but that does indicate, congratulations, commissioners, and Jonathan again and Mariah, that we have a good brand out there, and Lake Stevens Sewer District is becoming known as a good place to work and a good company or a good district. So congratulations.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for the positive report. Great to hear in the I&I. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, city report. I see a number of folks. We got Jean and Councilmember Petershagen out there, and I even saw Mayor Daly is there. So whoever's taking it.
I'll jump in. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for your support. Not a lot to report, just business as usual. Still working with Costco real closely to keep that project online. The district's been an awesome partner on that, and we sure appreciate it, of course. Decamp facility is all just about ready to open up. So I know Jonathan's excited about that, as are we. And then this week, Mariah's been a big help helping us with the discussion about opening our offices, both at the district and the city. We're going to try and mirror operations there so that when citizens call in, they're getting kind of the same message and won't be wondering when you guys open and when we open. So thank you, Mariah, for your help on that. Your input's been a big help. Other than that, that's all I have.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Gene. Commissioner's report. Commissioner Stevenson, anything you would like to share with the good order?
I just, again, appreciate the staff, everyone, all their hard work and dedication and taking care of emergencies when they arise, and, you know, just being awesome in general.
Thank you. And yeah, certainly echo the staff comments, of course. And I guess the other thing I'd say is, you know, a lot of times I find myself in a position or compelled to point out inconsistencies and things that concern me in terms of the relationship between the two entities, the district and the city. But I also want to praise the great work that has happened and continues to happen between the districts, certainly at the staff level. Oftentimes, I think if we get the electeds out of the way, life would be better for all. But the decamp facility, that's a huge example of cities, land, districts, capital coming together, joint use. I mean, that's fantastic example of the work we've done, coordinating the opening, just even little things like that you know, has us has a unified front, I think is positive and you know, can't be overstated the value of that. So I appreciate the partnership with the city on all those fronts, and I appreciate the work that you folks do. You have a more complicated and complex and multifaceted job than we at the district. We have the benefit of being able to really zoom in and focus on, you know, the ratepayer and the environment, and just in those operations. And you have everything from works to streets to parks to, yeah, all across it. And I'll recognize that it's complicated and it's not easy, and we appreciate the partnership where we align. So thank you very much. Let's see. Now, do we have the benefit of an executive session today? Yes, no?
Yes, we do. I would say probably 15 minutes with no action or announcement to follow.
Okay. Brad, do you want me to take a run at that, or would you like to do the honors? Oh.
I was going to say, Mariah, the topic is litigation.
Yes.
Am I correct? Okay.
Yes, it is.
And Kevin, I can do it if you would like me to.
Please do.
The commissioners will now recess into executive session to discuss with their attorneys a litigation matter. The executive session will last for 15 minutes, and it's anticipated it will take a few minutes to get organized. So it's now 9:40. We'll assume that the executive session will commence at 9:45 and will last till 10 o'clock. And at the conclusion of the executive session, there will be no action taken based upon the executive session and no announcements. And at the commissioners will return to regular session and adjourn the meeting at that time.
Thank you. Give everybody a chance to look. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. I just want to, the executive session is pursuant to 4230-1101I.
Especially like the subsection I.
Yes, 4230-1101, section 1I.
Thank you.
Okay, I am
only seeing 1, 2, 2. Got it.
All right, Tara,
Brad,
if you can lock it.
Thank
This
you.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, that concludes our executive session. We're going back into general session. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Way to get one in, Dan. Do I hear a second? I see a second. All right. All in favor? Aye. Happy Thursday, everybody. That's a lot of territory in an hour. Nice work.